Is that the Nord Stream resolution? And I wonder, did he actually say that? And also Bloomberg actually published in the media? Hello everybody, I'm Krissy, and there was a current assessment by the German government on the subject of the Nord Stream pipeline sabotage, which was the result of our own investigations. These confirm that explosives were placed under the water on the outside of the pipelines. That means seismologists speak of 3 explosions that caused a total of 4 leaks in the Nord Stream 1 and 2 pipelines. You already know the eternal search for evidence. This has been going on for a long time now. So it's been months. Nothing major has been released yet. Just recently we talked about the 2 dark ships without trackers that nobody is following, even though the whole area is under NATO surveillance. And nobody says anything. Even a woman, Wagenknecht, who called for the public to be informed what has come out now. But of course, it always means for the sake of safety and to protect everyone's well-being, we prefer not to say anything at all. And that's why you only ever get small bits of informations. But the Washington Post has now published something. You can see the post in English here, I translate. No conclusive evidence that Russia was behind the Nord Stream attack. World leaders were quick to blame explosions along the undersea natural gas pipeline on Moscow, but some Western officials now doubt the Kremlin was even responsible. And it says, I'll read it to you very briefly, at this point, there is no evidence that Russia was behind the sabotage. So said a European official, echoing the sentiment of 23 diplomats and intelligence officials in 9 countries who were polled in recent weeks. So you have to say, nobody doubts that it was intentional. That means the question is still there. Who was it then? And I'm telling you, there was a really heavy release on Bloomberg where Professor Jeffrey Sachs, who is a frequent speaker, a respected US economist and director of the UN, made this statement, and now listen.
So I know this runs counter to our narrative. You're not allowed to say these things in the West, but the fact of the matter is, all over the world, when I talk to people, they think the US did it. And just to tell you, and by the way, even reporters on our papers that are involved tell me privately, but it doesn't show up in our media.
Professor, I don't want to get into tit for tat about what...
So you remember back. I still know exactly how the Tagesschau reported about it, because I also reported about it directly that evening. And the Tagesschau wrote directly, it is assumed that it was Russia. I said about this actually as a neutral medium, which I am just going to throw into the room, which should be the case as a neutral medium. You couldn't just say, without evidence, without investigations or anything else, look in this direction. But that was it. So that means, of course, that is still in people's minds that they were the ones who caused it. You didn't know it was the right or wrong, but this thesis was thrown into the room. Now it turns out that all the reviews and what else say there's actually a 0 chance that it was Russia itself. According to theory, since it is not a proven reality, according to theory, although the Nord Stream 2 pipeline was not in use and was not commissioned at all, and the Nord Stream 1 pipeline was already shut down at the time because of all the sanctions and because of all the quarrels, and then someone swam there, that is from Russia, blew it up, and that the pressure was higher. The question of meaningfulness is really a big question here. The fact that you sabotage your own pipelines means that you basically no longer have this leverage. You can't say, okay, then I turn it up again if you do this or that. I can't do that. It's broken. So what's the point of it? So for me, that was the first question. What do you get out of this doing? But well, that was thrown into the room, this thesis. Now it is confirmed that at least according to current studies, that was most likely not the case. Now Jeffrey Sachs, Professor Jeffrey Sachs, he suspects that it was the US itself. Can you imagine that? Feel free to write me in the comments what you would like to say about that guess, is because we have already talked about it, and see you the next video. Bye!